Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're hearing me from. Today is Sunday. It's the last Sunday of the month of June 2025. We thank God by His grace and mercy. He has preserved us to see this wonderful and glorious day, and He has brought us into another wonderful week. Today I'm going to talk about a topic that says, don't jump off the ship, don't jump off the ship. And I'm reading from the book of Acts, chapter 27, verse 30 to 31. Acts 27, 30 to 31, and I read, "And as the shipmen were about to flee out of the ship, when they had let down the boats into the sea, under color as though they would have cast anchors out of the foreship, Paul said to the centurion and to the soldiers, Except ye abide in the ship, ye cannot be saved." I read again, Acts 27, verse 30 to 31. "And as the shipmen were about to flee out of the ship, when they had let down the boats into the sea, under color as though they would have cast anchors out of the foreship, Paul said to the centurion and to the soldiers, Except they abide in the ship, ye cannot be saved." This is the story of the shipwreck, when the soldiers were taking Apostle Paul to Rome to go see Caesar as a result of, him preaching about the death, the resurrection of Jesus Christ. And when they were in the boats, when they were in the ship, the storm, it rained for so many days, and the wind, it was really bad that, they were all scared and everything. And during that period, an angel appeared to Paul and made him understand that he was not going to die, and nobody in the ship was going to die as well, because he has to appear before Caesar. And he told them all this already, he told them, you're not going to die and all that, but there was still fear and everything. At the end of the day, they say, we can see, we're getting close to a country, we can see like a land. And they were trying to bring out the little boats that they have in the ship, like some of them, they say the lifeboats, and they try to put it out there so that they can get in it and escape, try to get to the land. And he told them, he said no, if you get off the ship, you're not going to survive, you won't be saved, because the instruction was everybody was going to be saved. That was what the angel told him. And for them to be saved, they have to be inside that ship. So if they're getting off the ship, they're not going to be saved. That was what he told them. And when he told them that, what did they do? They had to cut off the rope, to let the ship, the boats, to let it go and everything. And what they now did again was to empty some of the stuff that they had in the ship, like the weeds, some of the food, to make it light. So this story applies to our life as well. We are on a ship, we are going on a journey. We can't see what is ahead, but because of the distractions can be in form of maybe health challenges, financial challenges. It can be as a result of family challenges and all that. We get distracted by all these things, and we want to get off the ship. Remember, if you get off the ship, there's no guarantee that you will be saved at all. Getting off the ship can land you in problems. So many things can go wrong. They were looking, they say, they can see like a country that is closed, and they think, we can get there, we'll be saved. How do you know that what you're seeing there is better than where you are right now? So don't get off the ship. I know it's hard. We face challenges. So many things are going on. You want to give up. You don't have to give up. Don't get off the ship. And what do you have in the ship with you that you have to let go? You see, they had to throw some things into the sea to make it light. So what is that thing that we have in us? What is that character we have in us? Who is hanging around us that we have to let go because they are hindrance to our journey? So what is that thing that we have to let go so that it will make our journey light? So we cannot get off the ship. If you're on a journey, it's hard. I know you're facing so many things. You look at it, you've gotten prophecies, you've even had dreams, so many things we've seen, and we look at it like it's like it's not coming to pass. No, it's not that it's not going to come to pass. It will, but at God's own time. And God's own time is the right time. You cannot rush it. If we try to rush it, it's something else. It's going to be disastrous, and it's not something palatable. At the end of the day, we will regret it. Just like Paul was telling them, don't get off the ship. You get off the ship, you're going to die. So some of us, that's what will happen. Some might lose their lives. Some, so many things that you start regretting at the end of the day. And it's because of the storm. Yes, people will gossip, people will mock, they will make jest of you. It is normal. They did it to Christ. So what makes you think you'll be different? You don't have to get mad. What they are doing is they are doing the work of their father, the devil. So you do the work of Christ that has sent you. So I pray that the Lord will give us the strength and the grace to be able to walk this journey that He has called us for. You are on a journey. So many things. You're going to pass through so many things as you're going through that journey. Some of them good, some of them not good. But we should remember that those are the things that the Lord is using to train us, to make us strong. So that by the time you land at your destination, you will be able to handle whatever it is that God is going to place in your hand. So I pray the Lord help us to be able to stay focused on Jesus. Stay focused on the assignment God has called you for. Stay focused on the cause, and don't get distracted by people around you, by what is going on. It's bound to happen. Of course, you are overwhelmed and all, but we should pray, and ask the Holy Spirit to help us so that we don't get distracted by all these things. These are all tactics that the enemy use. Because when the devil sees that he has tried so many things to distract you and all that, he will use people around you. He will use things around you to get you distracted, to get you frustrated, that you're going to leave it and say, I'm tired, I'm not doing it again. I can't walk this journey. Do you want to go back or you want to stay there? No. Staying there, it's nothing. They're going to mock God in your house, in your life. That's what it means. But you have to keep going. Keep going, keep pushing until you get there. And remember, you're not doing it alone. You're not doing it because you don't have the strength to do it. It takes the grace of God, the strength of God, and the mercy of God to walk this journey. I pray the Lord help us, that we'll be able to stay focused on Him and not get distracted by everything that is going on in and around us. And I pray the Lord help us that we will not jump off the ship before we get to our destination. I hope this message finds you well, and I hope it will encourage us to stay more focused on Jesus. How do we stay focused? Reading our Bible, praying. We have Christian music and all those things that we can listen to. We have books too, that are written by men of God that have gone through challenges too, that we can read, that will help us. That we know that, okay, these things, we are not the first person and you won't even be the last. But remember that whatever it is you are going through, it's a training. God is building you up because you have people that will come after you, that you will have to train, that you will have to talk to, that you will have to encourage as a result of you being able to go through it and come out successfully. Do have a blessed and wonderful week. Bye.